Alright, I'm currently in the midst of speccing out a 2.0 version of my home theater space. And one of the things that I'm looking to optimize and change is the seating. Let's talk about it. So when I did my theater space 3.5 years ago from recording this video, I didn't really consider home theater chairs. We kind of went naturally to a large sectional wide couch with a couple of chases and so on. And while I think the couch has been fine, it has its virtues, right? It's nice and comfortable for family lounging. You can sit close together. Multiple people can kind of snuggle up in certain ways that you can really only do on a couch. I think the couch in some ways was a bit of a budget call originally. We went with an IKEA one. It's holding up okay, but you can see a little unraveling of some fabric here and there, some deformities and so on in some of the cushions and whatnot. But originally, again, I just didn't really allocate the funding to the seating. We kind of, not necessarily cheaped out on it per se, but we definitely ran out of spending power. And I just kind of wrote off the chairs, and I didn't really think about them to any high level. But in the last weeks, and while I've been conceiving about the changes that I'd like to make in the room, I've actually been to a couple home theater shops, helping some friends pick out equipment and spec some things out for their spaces, and really spent some time sitting in some home theater chairs and getting a feel for the features and the comfort and the virtues and so on of them. In addition, I went to a local home theater gathering off of ABS Forum here in Southeast Michigan, so I got to sit for a number of hours in a full, large, multi-row home theater space that had chairs and get a feel for what that felt like. And even other places, my brother-in-law's house, he's got a little TV watching area in his bar basement area, and picked up some reclinable seating and some theater-esque seats down there. And the more I sit in that stuff, the more that I've been thinking about it, the more I think I like it. I've really enjoyed the feel and the comfort of it. I've enjoyed the level of support that the chair gives you to sit in and play a game or watch a movie and that sort of thing. And so I'm finding more virtue in the idea of a home theater chair over the couch. The whole family isn't quite as on board as this idea as I am. The kids a little bit more. The spouse is maybe a little bit mixed. So we haven't fully decided to do this, but we'll see what happens. In any case, as I've been collecting information, I'm a researcher, I make sure that I really try to understand everything about something that I'm doing and make my decision based on that with some clarity and intent. So looking at the swap from the couch to the home theater chairs, I'm still going to keep the room in one row. I don't think our room is really that great for 2 rows without having to change things in a way I don't want to. Potentially having to move the front row closer to the screen. I like the viewing distance we have as it is. I'm not really looking to do more construction type things in the space, even with the 2.0 revision. I don't really want to have to build a riser and deal with the extra cost and complexity and carpet and power and all of the stuff that comes with that. Plus we have a closet in the back of the room that might actually prove useful for some other future elements of the space. And so if I build a riser, that without making more modifications, that closet is now inaccessible. So I don't think two rows works for us. In addition to that, back row would literally be right up against the wall. So who knows what real kind of sonic performance and so on people sitting in the back might really get. As it is, COVID might have affected this a little bit, but we don't tend to have very large gatherings in our room. So our family is 4. If we have 5 chairs, that's more than 1 chair for everybody. And even if we have another family over, if we have 5 seats, that's 4 chairs taken up by 4 adults. Kids can sit together. I'm still going to do some extra bean bags and so on, and there'll be space. A lot of times, even with the couch, the kids like to sit on the floor anyway. They like to lay on the floor with the bean bags. So let them sit on the floor. They're perfectly happy with it. The adults can sit in a more comfortable chair with some features and so on. And most home theater chairs as well can very comfortably fit 2 kids, or even an adult and a kid could sit together for the length of a movie, I think, and be fine. And also too, like some of the room usage, quite honestly, is just me. Depending on what's going on with the rest of the family or into the evening, I might go down there and watch a show that only I'm interested in. Sometimes watch a movie, certainly play some video games. And sitting on the couch by myself, I'm finding actually to be more and more uncomfortable. If I sit right in the middle because of the seams of the cushions, I'm literally right in the depth of that seam, and I'm kind of sitting over and leaning over and trying to prop myself up with the pillows and so on, and I'm not really getting good support sitting there doing that, or I'm forced to sit a little more off center. So if we did 5 chairs and I'm in there by myself, there's that one center seat, perfect spot, squared up with everything, nice and supported, gaming, for gaming, sitting up and sitting with the controller in your hand and having support. See, I'm just standing here, I'm slouching, right? I need to put some kind of a back brace for these YouTube videos, but I'm really attracted to the idea of having that type of seating support versus just melting into a couch. That's the big thing. You give up the snuggling comfort, but I think you gain a lot in terms of other types of comfort. So, what kind of chairs am I looking at? Well, I've looked at the stuff at a few stores. I've looked at a bunch of stuff online. Thankfully, I've got a great local connection to a custom installer integrator. I've mentioned him on the channel before, Dan DeCarlo at Audio Vision. If you need something in Southeast Michigan, he's the guy. Well, I did the room DIY 3.5 years ago. Dan did a lot of stuff on our house prior. I would say the room is kind of converging as like a half DIY, half integrator approved or integrator involved step, hopefully making the sum of the parts better than an individual element might be. But in any case, Dan was recommending a brand called RowOne, and I've looked at it, looks good to me. So I'm looking at the RowOne Revolution seats in black. Pretty fully featured seats, multiple memories, lighting, recline and headrest movement. The only thing they really give up against some other seats is the lumbar support. I think we're okay with that. We've got the big pillows in the room and probably keep them in there. So if I really wanted some extra lumbar, I can always just set the pillow behind me and be good to go there. And so yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Row of 5, 1 row, RowOne Revolution seats. We'll pull the couch out of that space, and the rest of our basement, which is now just a toy explosion for the kids to run around in. Eventually that's going to evolve into a little bit more dedicated of an entertainment space, get some game tables and so on. So that IKEA couch will probably find a second life over in the open area anyway, with a smaller TV just for background watching or whatever that might be. So it wasn't a completely wasted purchase. We'll be able to repurpose it in the house and do something else with it. But I really think the chairs are part of the goal of this 2.0 project, to really elevate the space, dedicate it to home theater, and really help bring everything up to another level of performance and comfort and presentation and so on. Are you using seats? It's a big debate, and I've had it with a number of folks already. Chairs versus home theater chairs versus a couch or some other type of seating arrangement in your home theater space. And it seems to be one that people have a lot of opinions on. So let me know in the comments, what side of the fence are you on? What did you choose? Do you like it? Do you want to change it? What brands and models and so on did you pick? And certainly once I make a final decision here, if we go with the home theater seating, you'll see the whole gamut of overview, unboxing, and so on, and maybe even an opportunity to chat with the RowOne folks as well. So a whole bunch of content coming forward, massive overhaul of our home theater space planned. Got so much to talk about coming up on the channel. Please, please, please like, particularly subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Look down in the description if you'd like to help support the channel. There's some Amazon associate links and some other ways to contribute as well. Thank you for anything that you might do. At a minimum, please subscribe. Subscribers are what I need to help grow and create some more momentum for the channel. Thanks so much for watching.